standing at the front of the mats. And we'll come into a Samastitihi. And taking your time to tune into your body. Feeling what's happening in the body this morning. And just making notes. We don't judge, we just note, oh, today I feel, maybe a little more tighter, or today I feel relaxed, or maybe my breath doesn't feel as smooth, or, oh, I feel great. Anything, it's not, it's just to make note, not to judge, just to learn to be able to listen to ourselves from the inside. And seeing if you can relax the shoulders, relax the skin of the neck, the jaw, the face. Start to engage Mula Bandha, engage Uddiyana Bandha. And bring yourself to your breath. Noticing your natural breathing. And then slowly bringing some control to that. Making the inhales and the exhales the same length. Using the sound of Ujjayi, like you're whispering with your breath. So you can hear your breathing, noticing the quality of your breath during your entire practice. Bring the palms together. We're going to chant the opening mantra. So we just all chant it at the same time as we're online. It doesn't work so well, this call and repeat. So we'll just chant it to ourselves or out loud in your own room. Remembering that the general meaning of this mantra is to establish gratitude. Vande Gurunam Sharanarvinde Sandarchita Swatma Sukha Vabode Nishreyase Jangalikaya Mane Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shantye Abau Purushakaram Shankachakrasi Darinam Sahasra Shirasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Exhale, release the arms to the sides, opening the eyes. Inhale, raise the arms, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, fold over the leg, just soften the knees, especially for that first one. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins, slowly warming into our body, placing the palms on the floor, stepping one foot back, second foot back, pause in the plank. Use this to warm ourselves up, making a nice straight line with the body. Soften the elbows so you're not hanging out in your elbow joints. And with the next exhalation, going forward, chaturanga. Inhale, turn the toes, and we're going to stay here in an upward dog. Soften the lower back, pulling in Mula Bandha. Feel the chin coming slightly in. And then press the hands, go over the toes, downward facing dog. Scanning the body, finding your alignment. So the neck should feel long, no tension in the neck, no tension in the shoulders. Connect with your breath. That's about 3. 4. And 5. Bend the knees, look forward, step yourself forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, lower belly in. Exhale, softly over the legs. Inhale, press the feet as you rise up. Exhale, arms to the sides. Second one, inhale. Exhale, keeping the bandhas as you fold forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, press the hands and step or hop back. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing, gaze to the nose. Exhale, over the toes, downward facing dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bending at the knees, step or hop forward, long back when you arrive. Exhale, over the legs. Inhale, lead with the chest as you rise up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Third one, inhaling, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, long back as you fold forward. Inhale, lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, going directly back and down to chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Finding your steady gazing point. Tune into the breathing. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend at the knees, coming forward, long back. Exhale, over the legs. Pressing into the feet. Inhale, all the way up to standing. And Samastitihi. Fourth one, smooth breathing. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, jump. Chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, over the toes. Inhaling, exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, forward. Exhale, head down. Inhale, all the way up, gaze to the thumbs. Exhaling, Samastitihi. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Staying here, listening to your breath. Find some stillness in the body, stillness in the mind. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend the knees, step or hop, long spine. Exhale over the legs. Inhale, coming up. And Samastitihi, Surya Namaskara A B. Bend the knees, raise the arms, inhaling. Exhaling to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Virabhadrasana A, right side. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, back down to Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhaling. Left side. Inhale all the way up. Find the alignment. Exhale smoothly all the way back down. Inhale to open. Exhale over the legs. Downward facing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend at the knees. Inhale, come forward, long back. Exhale over the legs. Inhale, Utkatasana. And Samastitihi. Second one. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Try that smooth, even movements. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Find your gazing point. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale. Last one. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, smooth breathing. Exhaling. Inhaling, gaze to the nose. Exhaling. Long inhale all the way up. Exhale, smooth movements all the way down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. And exhale, staying here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale. Hands to the hips. Inhale, hop the feet apart, open the chest. Exhale, take the toes. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, folding over. Padangusthasana. 1, 2, 3. You're welcome to bend the knees. 4. And 5. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest. Exhale, slide the hands under the feet. Inhale, prepare, lower belly in. Exhale, folding down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift up the chest. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, all the way to standing. Exhale, feet together. Bend the knees, step or hop out to the side, Trikonasana. Turn the right toes out, open the arms. Exhale, sliding over the right side. Your version of Trikonasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press the feet. Inhale, all the way up, turning. Exhale, second side. Utthita Trikonasana. Gaze to the upper thumb. 1. You don't have to take your toes, so you can bring your torso over the leg. Make sure that front knee is pointing to the toe, especially LOD. It's about 3, 4, 5. Press the feet. Inhale, all the way up, turning all the way to the opposite side. Raise the left arm. Exhale, folding forward. Parvrita Trikonasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, windmill the arms. Come all the way to the other side. Exhale, directly into the second side. Gaze to the upper thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, all the way up. Feet come parallel. Exhale, step or hop. Samastitihi. Bend the knees, step or hop out to the side. Longer stance, right foot points. Bend that front knee over the heel. Exhale, sliding over the right side. Utthita Parshva 1. See if you feel Mulabandha Uddiyana Bandha. 2. Smooth breathing. 3. Lower, come onto your fingertips. Don't go on your hand. 4. 5. Press the feet. Inhale, come up, turning. Exhale, sliding to the other side. Okay, so I'm going a little quicker through these, so we'll focus on other poses, but don't hesitate to use any modifications you already know. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Press the all the way to the other side. Parvrita Parshvanasana. So trying to get a nice deep twist in the torso. Bring the elbow on the outside of the knee, or maybe the whole arm on the outside of the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, coming up. Windmill the arms, right arm is up. Square the hips to the front. Exhale into the second side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, all the way up, feet parallel. Exhale, back to the front. Bend the knees, step or hop out to the side. Prasarita Padottanasana A. Lift the chest. Exhale, going down. Palms on the floor. Inhale, get long through the back. Lower belly pulling in. Exhale, folding into the pose. 1. Feel shoulder blades sliding away from the ears. 2. Quite a few of you have to be a little bit more careful with your lumbar spines. 3. Slide the chest like your sternum is coming down and the shoulder blades going away from the ears. Okay. 5. Inhale, long back. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, press the feet to come up. Exhale at the top. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhaling in place. Exhale, going straight forward. Prasarita Padottanasana B. Holding here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strong legs. Inhale all the way up. Exhale at the top. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, interlace the fingers. Relax the shoulders. Inhaling. Exhale, fold over, allowing the arms to fall over the leg, over the head. 1. Gaze to the nose. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Press the feet. Inhale, strong legs all the way up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, chest open, belly in. Exhale, halfway over, take your toes. Inhale, straight arms, straight back. Exhale, slide the elbows over the toes. Prasarita D. 1, gaze to the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest. Exhale, hands to the hips. Press the feet. Inhale all the way up and exhale back to the front. Open the arms, bend the knees, step or hop out to the side. Bring the hands in reverse prayer. Open the chest, belly in. Exhale, going straight forward. Parshvanasana. 1. Feel like your pelvis is staying steady. Using Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha to keep your pelvis steady in space. Balanced. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Press the feet. Inhale to come up. Turning with that inhalation. Square the hips. Exhale directly into the second side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale all the way up, feet come parallel, and exhale, Samastitihi, Uttita Hasta. Bring your right foot in front of you, bring your right arm out, and inhale, lift your leg and catch your toe. Open, lifting, open the chest, lift the leg, keeping the chest open. Maybe you tilt forward, but only doing that if both legs are straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, opening to the side, gazing to the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, maybe you fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hands to the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Second side. Bring the left heel forward. Anchor the hip joint. Lift the left arm up. Inhale, lift the leg and catch your toe. Lift your leg a little higher with the arm. Exhale, folding forward, trying to keep the chest open, neck in line with the rest of the spine. It's about 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to open to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, back to the front. Exhale, fold. Both hands to the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and release. Okay, Urdhva Baddha. Turn the right knee out, keep the hips squared, pick up that right foot, squeeze the back of the knee, hold your ankle. Bring your right arm behind you. So if you get your toe, you get your toe. If not, hold your arm. Feel the lower abdominals, hip bones lifting up. Exhale, folding forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, first lift the chest, soften the standing knee, press into the foot, inhale all the way up. Oops. Exhale, release there. Try to do a little more gently than I did. Okay, left side. Bringing the leg into your half lotus. Carefully reaching around. Feel the lower belly, hip bones reaching up. Exhale, going straight forward. Gaze to the nose or find a different gazing point. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, halfway up, bend the knee with the exhalation, and inhale all the way up. Exhale, release. Coming back to the fronts of the mats. Inhale, pick up the arms. Exhale, over the legs. Inhale, lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, going back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Bend the knees, hop forward. Stay in Utkatasana, knees bent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, hands to the floor, hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Virabhadrasana A, right foot comes forward, raise the arms, gaze to the thumbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Keep looking at the thumbs, straighten the front knee, turn the heels, bend the second knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, open the arms, Virabhadrasana B. Gaze to the left fingertips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Straighten the knee, turn on the heels, bend the second knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Windmill the arms, hands down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Bend the knees, look forward, and step or hop through Dandasana. Hands beside the hips, flatten the feet, chin down, straight legs. 1, 2, 3, make sure the back is long. 4, and 5. Exhale, take the toes. Inhale, lift, lengthen through the spine. You're welcome to bend the knees. And exhale, fold. Okay, so keep the back long. Feel the sternum sliding forward. Keep the neck in line with the rest of the spine. So don't just drop the end of the head at the end of the cervical spine. Okay, a few of you are doing that. So lift your, Bruno, lift your face. Lord, lift your face. Elodie, slide the sternum forward. Ellen, slide the sternum forward. Good. It's probably about 3. I lost count. 4, 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Okay, so you can change the hand grip, so thumbs on top, fingers behind, encouraging the baby side of the foot to come back. Open the chest, and of course, you're always welcome to soften the knees, keeping the back long. Sternum sliding up, the neck in line with the rest of the spine. 1, pull in the lower abdominals. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest. So either doing the same thing again, or maybe you reach beyond, like this, and pull the baby side of the foot back. Open the chest, anchor the shoulder blades. So the shoulder blades, it feels like you're doing those W arms. You've seen that. And exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release the arms, slide the fingertips back, straighten the ankles, but take your hand and make sure there's that space between the heels. And then slide your elbows back, shoulders roll forward, put the hands on the floor, lower belly pulling in, press into the hands, press into the heels, lift yourself up. 1. Soften the elbows, don't lock the elbows. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lowering down, cross at the ankles, make yourself into that tiny little ball. Find your W arms, put the hands in front of the hips, press into the hands, inhale, lift yourself up, coming through, and step or hop back from there, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Bend the knees, gaze forward, coming through. Okay, so it's Urdhva Padma. So you want to bring your right leg into a half lotus. Okay, so half lotus. I think you've all done this before, so I won't go into a lot of detail. And then take your right arm out, thumb down, bend at the elbow, lift like your torso is lifting up out of the waist, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, exhale into your pose. 1, should be no pain in the knee, no pain in the ankle. 2, 3, yeah, I see a few of you doing the number 4. This is a good option. 5, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lean back to release. So you give your knee the space, and then lean back to come into the second side. Left arm comes around. Ideally, we're trying to have both shoulders face forward. So if you can't get your toe, you could use a cloth or a sweater or something and hold like that, or hold your arm. Okay, bring your thumb forward, thumb on top, fingers behind, chest opens, exhale forward. 1, 2, try to bring both shoulders equal distance from the floor. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, release, crossing at the ankles, press into the hands, lift yourself up, coming through the arms, and jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. If you can, you're going to jump through with your right knee bent back for Trianga Mukhaikapada, like that. Okay, and then just rearrange it because, I don't know, the muscles never fall in the right place. So you want to have your femur bones parallel and that front knee pointing directly forward. It should not be curving in. If that's happening, better to sit up on something. Reaching forward, hold your foot or your ankle or your shin, chest open, and tilting forward slightly. Holding here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, straighten the arms. And let's do a jump from here since we did this special half jump. Put the hands halfway down the thighs, press into the hands, lift the buttocks, and jump yourself back. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. And jumping through, keeping that left knee bent back. Having a look, so rearrange those muscles so that your knee is pointing straight forward, your ankle is straight, and your foot is really close to you. Okay, so you want to be settled on both sitting bones. Reaching forward, inhale, open the chest, exhale, fold. Make sure your sitting bones are trying to reach towards the floor and the thoracic cage is reaching away from the waist. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, release the arms. Place the hands mid-thigh and lifting up, jumping back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Gazing forward, jumping through. Okay, so we're going to skip the Janusirsasana section and we're going to come to the Marichyasana section. Okay, so both legs out straight, lean back, feel your belly firming in, squish the back of the calf, and then pick up that foot and bring it close to you. Okay, generally you want to have about a hand span, you know, roughly. It depends on actually it depends a little bit on the size of your legs and the flexibility. Okay, so just find where it feels comfortable. And then lift the sitting bones, let them fall down naturally. Left hand behind you, right fingertips in front of you. Press your left hand, wiggle your right hand forward. You can let this right leg open to the side and see if you can feel this right torso side wrapping forward. And then once you've reached your maximum here, then you're going to squeeze your body with your right leg. Okay, so you use your adductor muscles to pull in and squeeze that in. Slide the right hand beside you and then press that arm into the shin bone. So you can bend the elbow and press the arm back so that the chest is reaching forward and this right shoulder stays nice and far from the ear. Okay, so that you're not kind of crunching up your neck there. Okay, so you could stay here, holding here. If you feel, and you could use your hand to pull your knee close to you. Really your knee, your shin is in the armpit. And then if you feel okay, you'll open the hands, thumbs point downwards, and you just bend the elbows and you'll be able to bind. Okay, so the right hand holds the left wrist like that. Okay, so it's the wrapper is the binder. And then keep pushing that shin bone away, open the chest, and maybe you tilt forward a little bit. Okay, so the idea of these poses, they're there to help us with Kurmasana and Supta Kurmasana. And the idea is we want to have that knee be higher than our torso. Okay, that's what we're looking to go towards. Okay, it doesn't always happen, it might take some time. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release, straightening out that leg. And squish the back of the calf, bring the second foot in, making that space. Right hand behind you, left hand forward. Open the knee, you can let it fall out to the side to start with, and then wiggle those left fingertips forward. So you're trying to come down evenly. The left sitting bone comes slightly off the floor, okay, but you're not just letting it completely lift. You're keeping a little bit of this feeling of Mula Bandha and this feeling of groundedness. And then squeeze your left leg towards your torso, slide your hand to the side, and then use your arm to push. You're actively using that arm to push that leg back, okay? Then open the arms to the sides, thumbs point downwards, bend at the elbows, take your wrist, keep pressing that arm back to be able to pull the chest forward. Gazing, finding a gazing point, straight down is usually pretty good. 2, 3, you should not be pulling on the fronts of the shoulders. If it is, then find something else to do. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. And you're going to do a vinyasa. So just doing whichever vinyasa feels good for you today. Lower chaturanga. Inhaling. Exhaling. When you're ready, you're coming through again. So Marichyasana B, it gets a little bit more complicated because that left leg is supposed to be into a left lotus. Okay, so sometimes that's just not working. If you've got problems in your knees, lotus just might be one of those things that is just not good for you. So you bend your right leg just enough so you have space here. And then let me do an under lotus for today. So you're going to take the inner line of your leg like this so you feel these tendons here, and you slide out and you feel this lump of tendons on the inner knee. You're going to bend your knee and you want to keep your ankle straight, bring the heel towards the pelvic floor, and you want to have this nice straight line of the foot, ankle, shin bone, and then coming over the knee. It's a kinetic chain. Okay, so it shouldn't look like the knee is twisting at any point. Okay, it should look like middle of the hip, middle of the knee, middle of the ankle, second toe are still in a straight line so that the movement is actually coming from the hip joint and not twisting in the knee and not twisting in the ankle. Okay, so this is the exact same as a lotus position. There's nothing different here. It's just that if I bring my foot up, so I have to straighten the leg, if I bring my foot up here, it requires more external rotation in the hip joint. Okay, so that would be the only difference that is happening. So whichever version you're doing, if you're okay with that same alignment with the foot on top of the thigh, then you can do that and you bring your right foot up. Okay, so whichever version, you might be like this, or you might be with your foot close to the toe. Okay, and then we bring our right hand forward, left fingertips behind us. What are you guys doing? Let's see. Okay, wiggle your right hands forward. Yeah. Okay, so if your knee is so here, it's going to get more uncomfortable. So you can decide if you want to work on the lotus, you could stay sitting up, for example, something like that. Or just slightly forward, something like that. If you're really going forward, no matter which version you're doing, just like what we did in Marichyasana A, bringing the hands out to the side, thumbs point downwards, bend at the elbows, and you take your wrist. Lift through the chest, and exhale, folding forward. Finding a gazing point, and breathe deeply. It's normal the right sitting bone is a little off the floor, but you don't want to just completely raise. Elena, your cat is just too cute. Elena, actually Elena. It's okay, he can stay there. It's very cute. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Lean back, especially if you're in lotus, you need to give that space so that it doesn't tweak in the knee. Okay, second side. So we're going to start with the modified version. So the foot's on the floor. Externally rotate your right leg. Close the back of the knee, trying to keep the ankle nice and straight. And then slide the left foot up just to the toe here. Right hand beside you, wiggling your left hand forward, reaching out to the side, thumbs down, and maybe you bind. If you're going into the lotus version, then it's the exact same. You just need to lean back a little bit more, and then you need to have a little bit more rotation available in that right hip joint. Bring the foot close to you. And same thing, left hand comes forward, reaching out to the side and bending the elbows. Lengthen through the spine as you go forward. Okay, so that's probably about 2, 3, 4. Try to keep the shoulders equal distance from the floor. So maybe Elodie, mark his toe. I'm sorry about the pronunciations of last names. Oh my God. You have to watch your shoulder. Elodie in teacher training. No, the one that lives in the south of France. Watch your shoulder. Okay. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Crossing at the ankles and making yourself that little ball and trying to come through and jumping from here. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. And coming back through. So, Marichyasana C, leaning back, bring the foot close to you. So the same rule applies, we're keeping this space, and then what has to happen is the right sitting bone, so if you turn, right, if you just turn in space, you feel like your right sitting bone's a little lighter, and it slides back a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see there. Let's see. Maybe on the floor, let's see what happens. So if I start the same way, but then see, my sitting bone comes back slightly. Okay, so this is normal because we're getting rotation in space. The pelvis is rotating a little bit. Okay, so you could hug your knee, something like that. Or if you feel like you've got that movement available, then lean back and then lift the chest. And you want to have this sensation like the chest is coming all the way over to the side. One of the mistakes we make is we're going to twist from here, but then, oh my God, I'm stuck, right? My chest can't go through my leg. Whereas if I lean back a little bit while keeping the back long, squeeze the left oblique, so I want to feel like my left rib cage is coming towards my right hip bone. And then from there, I can get a little bit easier on the other side of my leg. Especially, see, I have very long legs, so it's very hard to get the whole torso on the outside. So you press your elbow into your leg, and you try to get your chest facing the side. And then from there, you could also use your hand, something like this, and push your leg and try to get your shoulder blade anchored down. So that left shoulder blade, you don't want it lifting up so your shoulder is hitting your ear. And then from there, same thing as we've done. So thumbs down, bend the elbows, and bind. And it's a little more complicated because we need to find Mula Bandha from the base, sitting bones coming towards one another. Sacrum feels like it's trying to connect up into the sternum. So these two flat bones have some relationship somehow. And then exhale, unwinding, straightening out that leg, changing sides. Pull that left foot in. Notice that if you just turn, that left sitting bone slides back a little bit. So this is good. Otherwise you get too much into the T11, 12, L1 area. Okay, so left fingertips behind you, and then press into the hand. Use your right ribs towards your left hip bone. Right ribs down, okay, not up, down. And then hook your elbow, press your arm and your leg towards one another. Keep having this sensation. Right ribs down, left ribs up. Maybe you open your arms to the sides, bend at the elbows, and bind. And then feel the two sitting bones sliding towards one another. Right shoulder blade trying to anchor down. Breathing. Feel like that left side of the waist is always getting a little taller. And exhale, release. Crossing at the ankles. And lifting and trying to do a vinyasa. So we get more complicated here. Marichyasana D. So I already showed the under lotus in Marichyasana B. If you want to go ahead and do the under lotus, if you know you have fragile knees or your hip mobility is still not quite ready for that, then you go ahead and you do under lotus. What we're going to talk about is, what I'm going to show is normal lotus, over lotus. So always leaning back so that I have all this room for my hip to move freely. Closing the back of my leg, trying to keep, see the tibia through the ankle, through the foot to that second toe, trying to keep this a nice straight line. Leaning back, and then it's the external rotation of the hip joint that is bringing my heel just below the navel. The navel's here and it's coming about here. Okay? And then, before I just let the foot come down, I need to slide this right leg up, okay, so that I have this space here, okay? Then, see how that left knee, it's better if it's on the floor, okay? So if it can go on the floor, it's going to be more secure, okay? So, now, this next part it requires a lot more external rotation, because then my knee slides more to the center. Okay, so I can lift the sitting bones, slide it. It's just like what we talked about in the Marichyasana C. The right sitting bone is sliding back a little bit. And so as I do that, then what's happening is I'm kind of compressing. The foot is actually going into my abdomen here. Okay? So the foot is really pushing in so that it gives me that space to be able to turn and bind and everything. Otherwise, I don't know, like I don't think you can really bind if that doesn't happen, okay? Because you're gonna tear too much on the shoulder joints because you'll be stuck like trying to bind something like that. So I need to make myself nice and compact. See how my knee comes in? My right sitting bone slid back a little bit. I don't know if you can see. So the right sitting bone is a little bit behind the left sitting bone. And then from here, you could stay here and hug your knee, try to elongate the spine. It's a really good place to work. Or again, I like to lean back. You know, because twisting doesn't come very easily. These twists don't come easily for me because of the the leg being in the way. Okay, so then pressing into the knee with the arm, and I have to have this sensation like my whole chest is going to come to the right side. Okay, so I need to use my strength to push my arm, but my leg is pushing towards my arm so that I'm not here, right? That's not what we want to do. Okay, that's kind of going into the pose in a weak way, but I want to go into the pose from a place of stability. Okay, so I'm resisting my knee towards my arm. Then stretch out the elbow, thumb points down, and then you bend your elbow and the back of the hands on the back. Right arm stretches out, and maybe I bind. Then here, see, the right sitting bone feels a little lighter on the floor, which is kind of normal, but we try to feel like the two sitting bones are coming towards one another, pulling up into Mula Bandha, finding a gazing point. And when you're finished, exhaling and releasing, and then when you release, it feels like all the blood just, you block the blood in so many ways, and it just opens all the channels in the legs. Okay, let's do the second side. So leaning back, close the back of that right leg, keeping that nice straight line. Feel the heel pushing into that soft part, right where Uddiyana Bandha is actually. Lean back when you do that. So LOD, you have to be more careful. LOD, yeah, you need to lean back like that. Okay, not from here. Okay, so really lean back, pull this in, and then before you actually let that foot land, you're already bringing this other leg up. And then all at the same time, you can sit down. And then from here, again, you're feeling like your right knee is coming more centered, left sitting bone sliding back a little bit. Okay, so something like this, and you could hold, hug the knee, work on lengthening. The bind doesn't add anything unless you're able to keep your back long. In fact, the bind will take away from that pose if you are binding something like this, right? Not good. Okay, so it's fine to hug the knee, use the back hand to lengthen through the spine. Otherwise, lean back, feel like you're lengthening through the spine. Turn your torso so it's kind of coming all into this space here. Feel like you're shortening your right rib towards your left hip bone. Hook the arm, straighten that right arm out, thumb down, bend at the elbow, and then maybe the left arm comes from the floor, thumb down, bend at the elbow. And then feel the sense those two sitting bones sliding towards one another, picking up the pelvic floor to come up to Mula Bandha. And when you're ready, exhaling to release, crossing at the ankles, lift, going through, and chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. And jumping through, try not to let the feet touch, and directly Navasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the ankles, swivel the elbows, put the hands down. Don't let the feet touch. Okay, if the feet touch, you're never gonna get your bum off the floor. So even if you just push and like, I'm not going anywhere, it doesn't matter. Try to keep yourself in that little ball and push and lift. Yeah, second one. 1. You can do a variation if you need to. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the ankles, pull yourself in, swivel the elbows, try to lift. Third one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. That's going to be the last one so that I can do the other stuff I want to do. Put the hands down, lift, going through, and your Chaturanga. From downward facing, you're going to jump around the arms and have the feet land in front of you, in front of the hands. Okay, let's see what's going on. And then your palms are on the floor like Chaturanga arms. So the palms fully need to be on the floor. You need to feel like you're squeezing your elbows towards one another, and see if you can get your tippy toes on the floor, the bum kind of downwards. Let's see. And then see if you can lift your toes off the floor. And then cross the ankles. Squeeze your elbows. Then from there, pressing the fingers, going down, squeezing, point the toes, and see if you can put your head onto the floor. If that's not happening, don't worry, just stay here in balance. Your head's on the floor, going forward. LOD, work on, yeah, exactly, holding up. I meant the other LOD actually. Okay, then to come up, push the head into the floor and let the butt feel heavy. Yes, and then you can do whichever vinyasa you want. You can do Tittibhasana, Bakasana, jump back, or just like get out of there, however you can. Good job. Okay, upward dog, downward dog, and again. So we're gonna jump around. Okay, so last time I focused on this, I did all those different modifications. So as I see some of you were at that class and are at this class, I'm not going to do those modifications this time. So you have to, I think all of you have learned them anyways. So let's try the full version of Kurmasana. So you're going to turn your toes out to the sides a little bit, like that. Okay. And then bring your hands under the, like on your calves. Keep the back long, push yourself through, and then you have to feel like your adductors are pulling in slightly. Okay, put the hands to the floor, just like what we did in Bhuja Pidasana. And then from here, squeeze your fingers, point your toes, and then see if you can straighten your legs up. Now, push your toes, lift your bum up, yeah, and then slowly bend the elbows and come all the way down to the floor. Okay, so once you're here, you feel a little stuck, that's okay. Straighten the arms out, palms down. Feel the sternum reaching forward. Belly is really pulling in, and the legs are close to you. So not this space here. See, not like what I'm doing now, okay? The adductor muscles are engaging, they're toning in. Press the hands, and then feel the centers of the heels sliding away and pushing away. So it's really the very center parts of the heels. Let's see, toes up. So Elena, point flex your feet, yeah. Flex the feet up and press the heels away deliberately. Okay, that looks good. Mana, you need to bring your legs closer to you. So a little, yeah, even if you don't straighten the knees, doesn't matter. Yeah, good. Let me see what you're doing, Elena. Can you straighten your legs, Elena? Yes, no? Yes, yes. Okay, and yeah, Jen, you're working on lifting your heels. Okay, so let's everybody just come out of there. Lean back, shake it out a little bit. I just want to get an idea of what's going on. Okay, so for the next part, it's really hard without somebody adjusting you. Okay, to cross your legs and bring your head, like usually, I don't do this pose anymore, but what I would usually do was sit up and put my legs and then lower down. Okay, because otherwise I could cross my ankles, but I couldn't get my feet really over my head to be able to sit up from here. Okay, I don't know, maybe some people can do that, but I could never do that. So I needed to sit up and do it. So let's see what you're gonna do starting from here. So you've got your legs about hip width apart, or like wide hips smaller than your yoga mat. And then you're gonna take your hands underneath like this and tilt yourself forward. Okay, so then bring your hands forward, and there's something that we really need to be careful of, is not to just relax the belly. Okay, because that can be the tendency, is we think, oh, I just relax my hips, relax my belly, relax the adductors, and it's a misunderstanding. In fact, the adductors are pushing up. The belly, this whole area is really strong. And eventually, if you have your legs behind the head, the chest is really strong. You want to feel this connection here, right? Your throat, everything is quite firmed in. Not like to the point where you're feeling like you can't breathe, but just this firming in, because when you have legs behind your head, usually the legs are coming around here and then the feet here. So if you've got this, these legs are so heavy, and so they'll just be crushing you. So what we're trying to do is hold the torso firm to keep the legs where they are. And then there's also a sense of kind of lifting the legs, like you're almost straightening the legs. And so this is why these poses that I teach as modifications, they give you the same techniques, even that you'll need to, so you make these layers, you get this base, this foundation to understand the muscles you use, so that when we're in person and I can put your legs behind your head, you know how to keep yourself safe. Because if a teacher comes around and just puts your legs behind the head and you're just like stuck there with your heavy legs over you, then it hurts the neck, it hurts the SI joints, it hurts the lumbar spine. You know, sometimes people complain that it hurts here in the thoracic, the sternum, maybe even the collarbones. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with the feet apart, back to this, and then bring your fingertips on the lower abdominals. Squeeze your lower abdominals in. So you're pushing them in, squeezing in, but at the same time, you're lengthening. Okay, because if I do that too much, what does that do? I don't know if you can see, but if I do it too much, see what it does to my pelvis and to my back? It really rounds the back. So I'm doing both things at the same time. I'm tilting a little bit forward, right? My pelvis is tilting forward, but I want to make space at the front of my hip joints here, and I want my lower belly pulling in. Okay, so you're going to try that, and then you're going to put your hands kind of like L shapes right behind the heels, like this. Okay, and so what you're going to notice is you might have the idea that I'm just going to relax like this. You're not going to do that. You're going to pull your adductors towards you. Okay, and then you start to push your hands. And then you're going to see if you can bring your arms behind you. So you might, sometimes leaning to one side, leaning to the other side, and you get your fingertips. Okay, so the feet can be apart for now, something like that. And then You see if you can just wiggle, 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 and bring the heels together, the toes apart, and you're kind of pressing. So you're pressing the side of the foot like this. Okay, so you're really not, not to your maximum strength, but slightly. Okay, so this is going to help you connect the hip bones. Okay, you guys look good. And, LDM, LDM, you're gonna come with your arms around, like that. It's one of the modifications I taught before. And I think, Bruno, you can bring your heels together. Bring your heels so they're touching. And same thing, bring your arms around here. Okay, because once you can't get your hands behind you, that modification isn't really working unless you can really get your fingertips behind you. And then you have too much space between your legs and your torso. There's too much space here. So if I've got all this space, like if you see me do that with all that space, I can't reach, right? It's a turtle, right? It's a turtle. Think about a turtle. What's the turtle doing? The turtle's trying to get all nice and compact. Okay, and really, like LNB and MANA and LODD, you guys all have to work on sliding the sternum forward. Okay, just come out of it. And I hope that gives you some ideas in conjunction with what I did the last time. One day when I can see you in person, or you can go to the studio and see one of the teachers, it will be a little bit more useful. Okay, just lean back, shake out the pelvis, shake out the legs. Bring your legs in front of you, hands on the thighs, roll out. Okay, we need to do some back bending here. So you're going to bring your feet close to you. Bring the elbows beside the waist. Feel the humerus bone, the arm bone pressing into the floor. Inhale, lift the hips. Okay, holding here. Somebody's ringing my doorbell asking for the doctor. Lower down. Okay, and then do another one either like this, or depending, because we just did a lot of forward bending, so you see how your back is feeling. If you feel okay to go up into Urdhva Dhanurasana, go for it. Just pay attention to yourself. And then bring your knees more forward, drop the inner thighs. Yeah, good, very good. Okay, when you're ready, you come down, you do one last one. So everybody does 3. Letting the lower back release. And good. Whenever you're finished, lower down, bring the knees towards you. And let's do a Paschimottanasana upside down here. So you just bring your legs towards you, let the lower back slightly come off the floor. You can wrap your arms around the legs, let the weight of the arms keep the legs in place. It should feel good. If it's not feeling good, then you can change it. Whenever you feel good, when you feel ready, you're going to come up to a sitting position. You might want to get a sweater or some socks or a blanket, close the lights, get something to cover the eyes. And coming into any of your favorite cross-legged position, lotus, half lotus, this easy pose. Elongate the spine. You can let the chin come down. Keeping the chest lifted, relax the shoulders. Relax the jaw, relax the facial muscles. Let the pelvis feel heavy, the head feel light. Pulling in Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Concentrating on Ujjayi breathing. Feeling the rib cage moving with each breath. Making sure you can hear the sound of your breath. And then slowly trying to keep the eyes closed, try to do as little movement as possible. And slowly make your way to a lying down position for a Savasana. Separating the feet, separating the hands from the body. And you can take a few deep exhalations through the mouth. Just letting go. Letting go of any last little tensions there might be. Start to feel like the entire body just starts to melt. The skeleton feels heavy. The muscles, all the soft tissues just melting away from that skeleton. Letting go of the ujjayi. So the breath is becoming just natural, quiet. And just resting still. into a sitting position. Chant the closing mantra, sending the benefits of yoga out to all beings everywhere. Swasti Prajabhya